I want to give you this gift here.
Oh, thank you very much. Very kind of you.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
They're like barking dogs. These Indian gurus and swamis. You see? They say it's all one. You see? That's the very popular philosophy. It's all one. I put a gun on your head and say, love me or I'll blow your brains out. That doesn't work, does it? He is called Govinda and Sarva Karana Karanam.
Presence. Now one together. What is vibing? This is Vish, and I'm here with.
I'm Krishna and that's Hare Krishna.
Thank you for being here today. And today we'll be reacting to Sadhguru's video on Krishna. Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I was a spiritual seeker looking for how to bring about. First, I was a spiritual seeker. Actually, as a college student, I was very depressed, trying to figure out what my career would be, and nothing made any sense to me. So I decided to make my career just going to India and being a holy beggar. That was my career choice. Renounce the world. But then I realized if you renounce everything, then you have to renounce renunciation also. You have to accept something transcendental. So then I felt there was some spiritual beings, highly advanced spiritual people in San Francisco were calling me to join them for making a spiritual revolution on this planet. So I went to San Francisco and I met the Hare Krishnas, but I didn't realize they were the people. So on my own I tried to bring about a spiritual revolution through my singing. I became a somewhat popular singer. I shared the stage with the Jefferson Airplane and the Grateful Dead. And I wrote hundreds of songs. I came to Austin and became a famous singer on the campus back in 1970, trying on my own to bring about a spiritual revolution. But then I realized that I wasn't there yet. I wasn't realized yet and what I can do. So I realized the Lord Jesus was a self-realized soul. So what was his secret? What made him a self-realized soul? I was trying to figure it out. And one day, I found it. He says, Father, not my will, but thy will be done. Yeah, that's it. You just got to do what God wants, not what you want. But I was waiting for the voice from the sky, and God was to tell me what my mission was, but no voice was coming. What to do? But then one day I realized, well, I can't hear God, but he can hear me. So then I started praying, Dear God, please guide me how I can become your perfect servant. Then a Hare Krishna Swami shows up in town, Vishnu Jana Swami, and he explained, he showed what is actually the meaning of Krishna consciousness movement, what is the whole teachings of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. And I said, this is it. I'll just be a Krishna conscious singer-songwriter like George Harrison came out with My Sweet Lord. But then I realized these devotees, those who are disciples, they're experiencing something at a higher level than I'm experiencing. So then I said, okay, I'll just become a disciple. So I became a disciple of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami in 1971. So since that time, I've dedicated my life for going deeper and deeper into the science of Krishna and for doing everything I can to make a spiritual revolution on this planet as soon as possible.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
When we say Krishna, the essence of who he is an irrepressible child, a terrible prankster, an enchanting flute player, a graceful dancer, an irresistible lover, a truly valiant warrior, a ruthless vanquisher of his foes, a man who left a broken heart in every home, an astute statesman and kingmaker, a thorough gentleman, a yogi of the highest order, and the most colorful incarnation. Krishna is seen and perceived and understood and experienced in many different ways by different people. Duryodhana, through the eyes of Duryodhana. For those of you who do not know the background, I will be, because unless you understand the whole tapestry of the story and the situation in which he existed, many aspects of who he is will be missed, so we will go into it. But right now, Duryodhana is a man because of certain situations into which he was placed. Insecure, angry, jealous, greedy and feeling wronged all his life. And because of actions which came forth from his greed and anger, he became the key for destruction of his whole race. In Duryodhana's words, he is a smiling rogue, if there was ever one. He can eat, he can drink, he can sing, he can dance, he can make love, he can fight, he can gossip with old women, play with little children. Who says he is God? That's Duryodhana's perception. Shakuni, the very embodiment of deception and cunning. Shakuni says, let us suppose he is God. So what? What can a God do? God can only please those devotees who please him. Let him be God. I don't like him. And when you don't like somebody, you must praise them. That's deceit. Radhe, his childhood lover, a milkmaid, a simple woman of the village. But with such unfaltering love and devotion, she has become so big that today you cannot talk of Krishna without Radhe. We don't say Krishna Radhe, we say Radhe Krishna. She has become a simple village woman. She has become as significant as Krishna or little more significant than him. She said, Krishna is with me. He is always with me. Wherever he is, whoever he is with, he's still with me. That's her perception. Vainteya, a youth who was the Garuda chief's eldest son, living on the mountains of Gomantak. A sprightly youth, because of a certain ailment, became totally crippled. This crippled youth, after he met Krishna, Krishna made him walk. So Vaintaya said, "He's God, he's God, he's God." Akrura, an uncle of Krishna, a wise and saintly being, expressed his perception of Krishna this way. Krishna, when I look at him, this strange young boy, I see the sun, the moon and the 7 stars whirling around him. When he speaks, he sounds like the voice of the eternal. He's the hope. If there is hope in this world, he's the hope. Shikandin, a tortured human being, because of a certain situation within himself, right from his child. This is an absolutely tortured soul. So Shikandin said, Krishna never gave me any hope, but when he is there, the breeze of hope touches everybody. I can go on like this. Different people saw different facets of who he is. For some, he's God, for some, he's a crook, for some, he's a lover, for some, he's a fighter, so many things he is. If we want to taste an essence of what it means when we say Krishna, the consciousness that we refer to as Krishna, if we have to be touched by this, we need Leela. Here we are for the Leela. Leela means it is the path of the playful. This is not for the serious types, are you? Because when I say playfulness, we are not here just to play, we are here to explore the most profound and the most serious aspect of life, but playfully, conducted playfully. Otherwise, Krishna won't be there. The reason why the most profound dimensions of life have been missed by the vast population in the world is because they do not know how to be playful. If you want to explore this path playfully, if you want to be playful, you need a heart full of love, a joyful mind and a vibrant body, otherwise there's no Leela.
We just watched Experiencing Krishna by Sadhguru. I'm very grateful for Gurudev for watching this together with me. And I would love to hear your thoughts about what you watched just now.
Well, he said Krishna is consciousness, but that's not true.
Okay.
It's not true. Krishna is the source of all source of everything.
I see.
See, there's these Indian gurus and swamis, they practically all of them make this mistake of thinking Krishna is one of the gods. And they don't understand, they should take lessons from the supreme, the teachings of the Gita, the teachings of Lord Brahma, also the Brahma Samhita.
Yes.
Brahma very clearly states, Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Krishna is the supreme controller. Satchidananda Vigraha. He has an eternal form full of bliss and knowledge. Anadir Govinda. He has no origin. He's the origin of all. He is called Govinda and Sarva Karana Karanam, and he is the cause of all causes. See, they take Krishna as one of the gods. There's this god, that god. Krishna is a very nice god. They don't actually understand what is Krishna. That's the problem with so many of these Indian gurus, swamis, yogis. They do not understand what is Krishna. Krishna is the source of everything.
Yes.
He's the absolute source. Anadir Govinda. He has no origin. He's the origin of everything. Actually, he mentioned vibrant body. We're not these bodies. We're not so concerned about vibrant body. We have to do all these. We're concerned with the living entity being connected with that original person as the source of all existence. You see, actually, Krishna is the source of all existence. Everything emanates from him. And Krishna is emanating us from himself for the purpose of enjoying a loving relationship with us. That's why we exist.
I see.
We exist for one purpose, and one purpose only. That's to have a loving relationship with that supreme person.
Yes.
So the difficulty is we've misused our free will. Now see, love is voluntary, right? I put a gun in your head and say, love me or I'll blow your brains out. That doesn't work, does it? Right. Love means I give you my love, and then you have the free will to reciprocate or not. See, that's real love. So that is Krishna's position. He's emanating an unlimited number of living entities from himself for the purpose of enjoying a unlimitedly sweet nectarian relationship with each and every one of them.
I see.
Just like in Dwarka, he had 16,108 queens, and he expanded himself into 16,108 Krishnas for each and every queen. So in the day he'd go to sit in do his daily administrative activities during the day as the king of Dwarka. In the evening, he would divide himself into 16,108 Krishnas and go to each palace of each queen.
Wow.
And each queen was thinking, well, Krishna really loves me the most. Those four other queens, and when they get, they had to wait around for a while because every queen felt she had Krishna all to herself. So that's Krishna's ability. He can give himself fully and totally to each and every devotee who fully surrenders to him. So now free will means you can use it properly or misuse it.
Yes.
So the vast majority of living entities, we're all devotees of Krishna, every one of us. Jivara Savrupahai Krishna and Nishadas. The constitutional position of every living entity is he's the eternal servant of Krishna. So Krishna, the vast majority of the infinite number of living entities that are being emanated by Krishna are all staying in the spiritual world and serving him with love. And let's look at it this way. What are the odds that somebody would misuse their free will? I mean, the odds are practically nil. I mean, it's so nice being with Krishna in the spiritual world, serving him with love, but free will has to exist, otherwise you can't love. So what are the actual odds that somebody can misuse their free will? It'd be the smallest possible number, right? Mm-hmm. So what's the smallest possible number? 1 divided by infinity.
Yes.
So the odds of somebody misusing their free will is 1 divided by infinity. But there's an infinite number of living entities in the spiritual world, so you do the math. Infinity times 1 divided by infinity equals infinity. Therefore, you have an infinite number of living entities who've fallen down from the spiritual world to take birth in Long Island or wherever, you see.
I see.
To try to enjoy separately from God.
Yes.
But Krishna is very kind. He says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam madharmasya tadat madam shajamyaha. Whenever and wherever there is a predominant rise of irreligion, decrease in religion, a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I ascend myself. So especially this is the Kali Yuga now we're living in. It's an age of irreligiosity. There's actually 4 ages. The Satya Yuga,
Yes.
everybody's a pure devotee of God in the Satya Yuga, 100% pure atmosphere. Treta Yuga goes down to 75% pious, 25% impious. Dwapara Yuga 50-50. Kali Yuga 25% pious and 75% demoniac. But that goes down 25, 24, 23. It's down to about 1% now, you see.
Wow.
We have a population 99% demoniac and only a small percentage are actually pious, very small percentage.
Yes.
So Krishna comes to deliver the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita to bring us out of this horrible demoniac atmosphere we're living in, to bring us back to a God-conscious atmosphere. And to make it even more powerful, he came 5,000 years ago and spoke the Gita, but even more powerful, a mere 500 years ago, he came in the form of his own devotee. He came in the form of his own devotee, Lord Chaitanya, and he gave this very simple process, chanting and dancing, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now, not for 5 centuries, this Krishna consciousness movement was contained within India. But my spiritual master, Guru, had the vision, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, that this should be spread all over the world, especially the Western countries, which are materially the leading countries of the world.
Yes.
So my spiritual master then took it very seriously, even though he was a very elderly gentleman. He had no money. He actually got a free passage on a steamship company on a freighter. They gave him a free passage, a round-trip ticket.
Wow.
On the Scindia steamship company, the ship called Jaladuta. He got a free passage on the Jaladuta and came to New York with only $10.
Wow.
Can you imagine arriving in New York with only $10?
Right.
Try to survive? Maybe for 5 minutes you could survive with $10.
Yes.
But somehow by Krishna's arrangement, he went to Tompkins. You know where Tompkins Square Park is in Manhattan?
I don't think so.
Near in the Lower East Side, the Tompkins Square. Papa went to the Tompkins Square Park, and he started chanting, and so many people joined with him in chanting. And I got him a little storefront at 26 Second Avenue, and a bunch of hippies came in and joined, and he sent them to San Francisco where the hippie thing was happening, and a whole bunch of hippies joined there. And before you know it, this thing just boom, it's spread all over the world. See?
Amazing.
So this is Krishna's kindness, you see, to come as a bona fide spiritual master, not just saying Krishna is another one of the gods, Krishna is so nice, Krishna is this. No, Krishna is the source of all existence. He's the very ground of our being, and we need to reconnect with him in a loving relationship. Every thought, word, and deed at all times, places, and circumstances is meant to be offered in love to Krishna. You see.
Thank you for
So
sharing.
this is these gurus, they missed this point. All these gurus, Indian gurus, swamis, yogis, they missed the point. You see, they missed the point. They talk about this again. They're like barking dogs. These Indian gurus and swamis. You see. They say it's all one. You see. That's the very popular philosophy. It's all one. But the actual philosophy is to understand reality. It's called the Chincha Veda Veda Tattva. The absolute truth is inconceivably one and different. There is oneness because everything that exists is Krishna has expanded from himself. He's expanded everything. Everything exists. Krishna is the source of all. He says, "Aham sarvasya prabhava matak sarvam pravartate iti vad vajante mang buddha bhava samanvitaha." I am the source of all material and spiritual worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So Krishna is the very source of all existence. You're the eminent energy of Krishna. Your body also, the city of Austin, the clouds, the dogs, everything is Krishna's eminent energy. So there is a oneness because it's all the energy of Krishna, but at the same time, Krishna is different from them. There's the emanator and the emanated. See the distinction?
Yes.
The emanator and the emanated. They're one and different simultaneously. So that these Indian gurus and swamis that say it's all one, they're only getting half the picture. Actually, they're roundabout way. They try to say that they're God. That's the problem. In fact, many of them say, "I'm God, you're God, and we're all God." It's just bogus philosophy, meant to, and they exploit people. They get money and they cheat people in this way. But the real understanding is the Chinta Bheda Bheda Tattva. The absolute truth is inconceivably one and different.